Hi, this is Andrew Groh with the Missouri Society of CPAs. This is MOCPA Bar Talk, where we talk about the latest trends, news, and issues that matter to you the most. Let's get started. Hi, welcome. My name is Andrew Groh, here with the MOCPA. I'm here today with Dave Hartley, CPA with Anders CPAs Advisors. Welcome, David.
Thank you.
We're here to talk today a little bit about technology trends of the future, some disruptive technology issues, things that CPAs in Missouri and elsewhere really need to know and understand to be able to see the tech trends that are coming in the future.
Right.
Yep. Welcome, David. I want to talk to blockchain. One of my favorite topics. I think it's super cool technology from the little that I know about it, but can you tie those concepts together, especially in terms of maybe the audit of the future? Maybe what is a blockchain? And I think my guess is many CPAs have some basic level knowledge of Bitcoin or cryptocurrencies. Is that what blockchain is, or is it something different?
Yeah, so I think that there's a lot of the cryptocurrency type aspects. A lot of that does get tied in with blockchain. But I think it's important to understand the differences. Now, from a crypto perspective, we absolutely need to understand what's happening there because the IRS, when you look at the forms, basically they want to know you need to start disclosing what's happening in crypto. Yeah. And so as tax professionals, we need to be prepared for that conversation that we need to ask our clients about that. So that's going to start that dialogue. If we don't know what it is and how it works, we're going to be at a disadvantage. So there's that part of it. But the impact of blockchain, and when we talk about why it's important, it does fundamentally change the role of what CPAs do.
Why? That's a powerful statement.
Yeah.
Why?
Well, and I think the why is also around why this is an exciting time as opposed to a time to be feared. When you look at historically, when we do an audit, we will produce a set of financial statements that looks back over a period of time. And now what's happening as blockchain happens is once again, more and more of that is moving to we have to be involved real time. So let's talk about blockchain in terms of what that means. So there's a lot of discussion about, the blockchain. So blockchain is a technology that is used in a lot of different ways. There are examples of companies that have started their own blockchain and use that technology to accomplish a business objective.
So I can't take a walk down to the blockchain and go check it out?
You could.
Just the blockchain?
Yeah. But it's important to understand that it's, that it's going to be implied in a lot of different contexts. It's important to think of it in terms of a distributed ledger that everybody has access to, which is another one of the fundamental changes. When you look historically, why do we have to do an audit? Well, we have to do an audit because we define these rules, but we have to make sure people are playing by the rules. Blockchain could be totally different because everybody will have access to transactions. So when a transaction happens and it's written into a blockchain, it's immutable. You can't change it. So when you think about, well, as a CPA, traditionally we've come in at the end and looked back and made sure they followed the rules.
Verified those, yeah.
Yeah. Now it's happening as it's happening. And if we're not involved, and is a CPA looking at those transactions before they're finalized into the blockchain? Because once they're into the blockchain, you can't change them. They're there, and everybody has visibility and access to it. So as opposed to the days that we've had in the past where there's a set of rules and we do audits to make sure people are following them, our role as trusted advisors shifts significantly, where now we're more involved on a real-time basis in how our clients are using technologies like blockchain. So from an excitement level as a CPA, as opposed to coming in and doing those audits that may or may not be valuable because we're only looking at the past, now to be involved real time in our clients' businesses and understanding the transactions that are happening. And then as things happen within blockchain, that we're able to apply data analytics tools to see what's happening and to get this real-time visualization. None of this has existed before. So blockchain as a technology has the ability to be, or has the potential to be extremely disruptive.
Especially if and potentially when financial systems, technology goes mainstream. And So, I'm not sure if you have any, kind of futures look at that. How might you see that happening if the government starts asking, banks or other systems to begin, putting transactions on blockchains? Might it come up through individual business and industry sectors?
Yeah.
Where might you see those things go taking off?
So let's talk about where we're starting to see it now. In terms of, a lot of us deal with smaller and middle market companies from a CPA perspective. When you look at, will our small to mid-sized clients be creating blockchains and saying, hey, everybody participate in our blockchain? No, that's not going to happen. But what is happening is that the big guys are saying, hey, we have a blockchain whereby we are verifying the integrity of all the vegetables we buy and how we get them. So you may have a farmer that suddenly is being asked by a large organization that, hey, you need to participate in our blockchain. And how do we as CPAs advise our clients if we don't know what blockchain is and how it might potentially impact them? So that's one of the things that I think is important for everybody to understand. And we're going to start to see more and more of those things play out within our businesses that we work with. And so we have to be prepared as CPAs to be able to help them with that journey, because they need somebody that's going to help them through those technologies.
That's perfect. And I think one last thing on this topic, you teased it, I think, the audit of the future and blockchain.
Mm-hmm.
Conceptually, we've chatted offline, we talked a little bit about it, a SOC 2 cybersecurity audit.
Mm-hmm.
Systems auditing is what
Right.
we're talking about.
Yeah.
What does that mean for auditing professionals, CPA firms in the future if you think about fundamentally changing the function of an audit?
Yeah, and I think it does move more to that real-time assurance. So rather than looking at and auditing a set of financial statements, it really is a shift to auditing and understanding systems and processes and technologies. And that's really when you think about SOC reports, SOC 1 and SOC 2 reports, specifically SOC 2 focused on cybersecurity. That's where as CPAs, more and more of what we're going to do is going to shift in that direction. So when you think about SOC reports and how they're utilized now, it really is an understanding of what is happening within an organization's systems and processes, and what internal controls do they have in place. And our responsibility is to make sure that that is materially accurate, the things that are in the SOC report. If they say they have a control, we need to verify that that control is actually in place. That kind of looking at systems and processes more on a real-time basis is really where we're headed towards the audit of the future. And I think we're going to go through a number of iterations over the next 2, 5, 10 years. But I think we will start to see more and more that view of the world is going to become a larger percentage of what it is that we do and really what our clients need us to do as advisors.
Thank you for joining us for this edition of MOCPA Bar Talk. If you have any questions or would like to chat a little bit more about the issues that we discussed, just let me know. My contact information is below.